And away we go. So, good evening, everyone, or it's evening where I am, anyways. LPH is on her way. It is the 4th of July. It wouldn't turn off.
You had to hold it down.
Okay, I don't know. It wouldn't turn off. It is the 4th of July. Here is LPH joining us now. Glad you could make it today. Not sure who all, if anyone, would be coming in because it is the 4th.
Yeah, people probably out.
Maybe.
Hey, Stone Sour. Hey, Saturday Morning, Raccoon. I'm one of us.
I am one of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am one of us. Hey. And Robert is here. Asking questions he already know the answers to. The book of classic cartoons.
Oh, you see my Jerry Anderson collection here, actually. Because, the thing is also it could very well be that, people that are in our age category don't even care that it's the 4th. Yeah. They're like, I don't need to go anywhere.
That's right.
I don't have nothing to do. What's the difference? I didn't really care. I'm all like burned out years and years past on going to anything akin to a fireworks display. So plus, I don't know how they do that around in Georgia.
Do what?
The fireworks display. I know in Boston, it was a big deal. Because you go out to the Charles River and there'd be like 1 million people. I'm not kidding. You'd be like 800 people deep on the waterfront on the Charles River, and they got the hat shell there where the Boston Pops would be playing music all night live. And then when they would do the grand finale and they would do the what is the name of that song?
Hey, Marva Fan and Shelby.
They would do the that one song, da 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 boom. But when you had the boom, the Navy would also be out there and they'd fire cannons for the boom instead of using drums. And you can feel the shockwave coming over the crowd. It was a big deal. And the fireworks display would be like an hour. And I haven't seen anything like that since leaving Boston. Nothing like that. But, instead, we'll just share 4th of July with those of you who who have nothing else to do for the 250th anniversary. And intermittently, I do have a block of bicentennial commercials. I do have a block of bicentennial commercials, and I will intermittently show a couple. They're only like 30 seconds long from 1976, and they're pretty interesting. And I didn't see anything like that for the 250th anniversary. And I'm old enough to remember when that was such hello, Renard.
Yeah.
That's what she's waving at. I'm old enough to remember when that was a big deal. I can remember 1976 because of what a big deal it was to everybody at that time.
Hey, Isley, how are you?
On Ooby Doob's channel, evidently.
Yeah,
and there is Blue Splash,
and David,
aka David.
Hey, oh, David.
Yes.
So no, not you, Blue Splash. No, last night he was saying that he's also collecting up all of the Morbius runs. So I am too. So today I was looking on eBay because I got all of the books that I need written down, and I was looking on eBay. And it's a person on eBay right now selling the entire Morbius run, all 185 or 87 books for a little over $2,000 or best offer. Of course, I'm not getting it.
$30.
But I was just letting you know, because at least you can see what books are in there, because he was showing some books that wasn't on my list. I don't want the modern stuff. I just want all of the older stuff. Maybe I'll try something from the 90s. I don't know. I've seen some of the stuff from the 70s. I mean, I've seen the covers of the more modern books. I don't know if I'm willing to read it, but Stone Sour gave a donation, and we want to say thank you for that.
Thanks for helping us out.
It was a fun time.
bicentennial merchandise, you can get the majority of it very, very cheap
Mhm.
because they made so much of it at the time, and there is some novelty stuff. Like I know that there were bicentennial Raggedy Ann and Andy. You've seen the banks, and they're
Yeah.
dressed like colonials.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were figural vinyl banks with soft goods, mixed media. They had what bicentennial? I know who's that? Johnny
Mhm.
McJunkin is there.
Mhm.
Is the
Brooklyn is here.
Brooklyn? Happy 250th. The oh, who was it? Campbell Kids, because they made tons of stuff 70s and 80s. Campbell Kids, and there's a lot of Campbell Kids bicentennial merchandise. They just really cranked stuff out at that time period, but it was a big deal, and people were really into it.
Well, unfortunately, now we don't have that patriotism.
Well,
But we're not going to go deep into
no,
that. But we
just-
just mention it as
just to
point of
say, I
reference.
mean, people have been misled into thinking you have to hate your country, and you can love your country and not like what certain politicians do.
Yeah.
And we'll just leave it there.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
ain't gonna
seriously,
go
you don't
more
have
into
to.
that.
People don't understand, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a huge big deal.
Yeah.
And I to the point where, like I said, to this day, I can remember that. I can remember how important it was, and that's why I wanted to show some of these commercials, because the commercials, many of them were, and I found as many as I could salvage that were watchable, because nobody restores commercials. And I've had people complain about that on some of the videos I put up when I do commercial blocks or show vintage holiday specials, and they're like, the quality's not the best. Nobody's restoring this stuff.
Right. Well, why don't you make it better?
Yeah, you make it better. You invest the millions of dollars that it'd take to restore a bunch of commercials,
Yeah.
and get back to me, and I'll be happy to show them in like 4K. But otherwise, it's the best I could do. And sometimes I have to do a lot of finagling. I have to adjust the color contrast. I have to find one that has good audio and one that has good video and merge them together so that it looks and sounds better. And it's still not the best. It just is what it is, But somebody's always going to complain.
Yeah. So Brooklyn says Marvel Team Up 3 and 4 is a great story.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I found a couple on eBay that I didn't have, and I'm trying to pick up some that I can find fairly cheap. They did a Captain America Save the Camel Kids comics. And then we got Ryan, and we got Jesse.
He said he thought yesterday was Saturday and agreed with what I said again. Okay. So there we go.
David's only collecting the 90s Morbius run,
see.
but thinks $2,000 for all Morbius is pretty steep.
Maybe. We don't know. And
Heck, I
Brooklyn
remembers
1976 RC Cola Bicentennial T-shirt. Yeah.
Well, they fit a bit tight.
Yeah.
And Paul is here.
Paul
hey,
is here.
Paul.
The crown is in the background.
Mm-hmm.
We need to 4K retro commercials. Well, and I have some vintage commercials on disc official, that because they tried that. They tried that in the early 2000s, restoring vintage commercials and selling them on disc.
See you, Brooklyn. Thank you for stopping by.
And nobody bought them.
Mm-hmm.
People weren't interested. So they just stopped doing it. They were like, why are we going to invest all this time, money, and effort in restoring vintage commercials? And people, it's so niche, nobody cares. Well, there you go. And so finding them in any kind of, like I said, nobody's restoring them. Nobody's restoring vintage commercials. They don't care.
But they don't have a lot of 4th of July specials either.
No.
So that's hard to find.
And the stuff they do have, you mentioned Bugs Bunny there. God forbid I put something up Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Don't
do that.
Get me started.
No, you can't.
Because ScrewTube, there are certain things ScrewTube doesn't mind, and it's open to artistic interpretation, which is what I do, because I take the special, and many of you know this, and I identify the ad block, split it, and put vintage commercials back in, so it feels like you're watching it in that time period. And I try to be specific with the commercials to a holiday. My holiday specials will have or Halloween specials will have Halloween commercials and so on. And So I've done a lot of actual labor on it, and so ScrewTube doesn't mind. But there are certain properties that if you use them, they get upset. And Warner Brothers is one of them. Warner Brothers, United King Features Syndicate, like, Popeye or Casper and things like that, they'll give you a really hard time. Most of the other stuff, they don't really seem to care, as long as you actually you didn't just throw it up, you did something, And Ooby Doob made a donation.
He's going to the fireworks show.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have a good time.
Yes.
Hope you have a good time.
And number one Marvel fan hasn't seen any specials. And Popeye and Tom and Jerry had specials.
Yeah, they had shorts. Popeye had the one famously where the kids kept screwing around with fireworks and getting into trouble. They kept trying to stop them because he was like, you can't just play with them like that. But whatever. Oh, by the way, the Nestle Squick that I showed yesterday, the can, I did manage to get it open. I got it open, and there is still a little bit of strawberry quick down in there. You can see it in the corner, and it does have a smell.
It's not as strong as when it's brand spanking new.
It's not as strong, but there's still a faint smell. A faint preserved odor inside the can. So you can close your eyes and pretend it's 1976 by smelling the inside of the can.
You can put some milk in there and wish it around and then drink it.
Oh boy, I don't know about that one. And since we're on it, I did also drag this out. I don't have anything that you would call patriotic as far as toys necessarily, but I do have the Toylanta Uncle Sam GI Joe there. Let's see, he's
flexing his muscles on the side.
Yeah, he's so tall that his head is actually loose in the package. You have to attach his head. They made him extra tall, and plus he's got the hat too, but you can see that he does not have a head there because it won't fit. It will not fit. That's right. I want you to pay your taxes. And this is their 20th anniversary figure from 2020. John says they're having a wonderful time on the 4th of July. Cousin Delwood, even though he's the critical care unit in the ER, from being close to the grill with the fireworks.
John always got something to say.
Oh, antique stores or flea markets open today? David wants to know. Don't know.
I don't know. We didn't even leave the house.
We didn't go anywhere.
No. And then we got Johnny.
From
hey, Johnny, how are you? Happy 4th of July to you too. Glad you could join us.
Do you have that one, Johnny? Do you have the G.I. Joe Uncle Sam? It seems like it would be right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. He loves stuff like that. I remember during the pandemic, he got the nurses and all of the, what did you call those critical people? One of the toy lines did the critical people, like the firemen, the nurses, the ER people, and he was showing those during the pandemic. And Reynard is here.
That one might be on there, Reynard, actually. And Stone Sour says, come back with all 10 fingers tonight. Indeed. And made another donation. We appreciate you, Stone Sour. We appreciate you, Stone Sour. Let me see if I can go ahead and run one of these real quick. Oh no, I have to do it a certain way, or else I'll cut myself off. We'll run one real quick and then we'll get to another one later. But and our audio is on. Okay. Our audio is on. Share screen, and we'll take a look at a couple of these just because it's the 4th of July. Just because it's 4th of July. That's the town crier for Kleenex tissues, because even they were in on the act. Now I can expand it. Okay. Town crier for Kleenex tissues.
Introducing the town crier.
Hear ye, hear ye.
For Kleenex tissues.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Bobby.
I'm practicing to be a town crier.
Oh, good lad. But a town crier also cares about people. Achoo! So he brings them comfort when they're suffering. Soft comfort from Kleenex.
You're a town crier.
He's got the idea.
Everyone has a soft spot for Kleenex tissues.
Oh boy. Everyone has a soft spot for Kleenex tissues, and we'll look at that other one a little bit later. Everybody was in on the act in 1976.
But that's when people got into things, but
Yeah,
it just doesn't feel like that anymore. It doesn't feel like you got camaraderie and stuff a lot. So
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, we have camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
We have, this is my best friend in the world right here.
Sounds like Mr. Magoo and Captain Crunch voice. It
It
probably is.
could be just
Those
toned
people
down,
got around.
toned down a little bit, but yeah. Oh, I can't think of his name. He did a lot of voices. He did not a lot of voices. He always used his voice, but he was in a lot of cartoon spots. Yeah, John loves the old classic commercials. I've got a bunch of them up on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a whole playlist full of them. Whenever I can do it, when I have the time. It's a lot of work to splice those together, especially if it's specials. Again, if I have a holiday special and I'm putting cartoons back in, putting commercials back in, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. So things you used to do on the 4th of July. What did you used to do on the 4th of July?
Nothing. When I was a kid, are you kidding? We didn't go anywhere. I wasn't even allowed to go out. So
how you know it was 10 million people at the river? When I was
older and I was an adult and I was no longer living at home, that's when I went. When I moved away from home, and then I was like, now I can finally go because there's no one to tell me I can't leave the house. That's when I went down to the Charles River, because you're not doing fireworks. They're all illegal in Massachusetts. Even when I was a kid, that stuff was illegal.
But some states is illegal, but a lot of southern states, they're like, whatever, you can do what you want, and they sell fireworks all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah, because here you just go to the fireworks store any time of year and buy fireworks. Some places only sell fireworks during certain holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember in Illinois what they did.
Kansas was like that also. Illinois was very restrictive as well.
Oh, were they?
They were, but Kansas was like that. And they blow up the whole neighborhood. They don't care.
Yeah.
They sold stuff all year round. Snot Lips wants to know, were streetlights still lit with candles back then? They may as well been. Any street light in my neighborhood that wasn't shot out, they may as well have been gas lights.
It's not lit.
They used to do that in my neighborhood. They would shoot the lamp. They would shoot the lamp lights out.
Every year, 4th of July was the family reunion.
Ooh.
So every year was the annual family reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always in South Carolina at an aunt's house, and people would come from all over the place, and you just get together, and they had a lot of like really good food, and people just hung out, and the adults didn't really annoy you too much, and that was fun.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was fun, and they did that for years, and then a lot of the older people started dying out and just moving away, so then they stopped it, and now every couple of years they're trying to do a family reunion of some sort, but I haven't been to one since I was a kid. Yeah. So I don't know about that.
That's why I've never been to a family reunion, not technically. I mean, I've been to someone's house during Thanksgiving once, and then there was the Christmas at my aunt's, but that was because our apartment building burned down.
No. Oh, the Kleenex commercial looked and feel like an old Keebler
That's
commercial.
What Renard says. Yeah, it could have been the same people.
And James
Lucky says,
for me and my full-size Megan figure
in the living room. Oh no, Megan.
Yeah, the Megan doll.
Oh yeah, is it Megan doll? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Megan was from a movie.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that one? Oh, they have a life-size one. Necker or somebody has a life-size one in a box. I saw one at a show.
I never saw it, but I've seen the commercials of the, like the trailer or something like that. And I think they have more than one. It was like two versions. Well, a sequel to it.
Yes. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I
have
didn't
no
watch
idea.
it. I'm about done with all of that horror
Horror
stuff.
films.
It seems like everything is a horror. It's like they can't make just a good story anymore.
No.
Everything got to
Well,
be a
that's
horror.
easy.
Yeah.
That's easy. It's just slash people up, and you don't even need an explanation as to why
Yeah.
anything's going on. Yeah, it's pretty useless. But
Yeah, that's sad.
it's easy. It's just really easy. You just make a mess. You don't even need to use practical effects anymore.
You don't really even need a
It's just-
storyline.
Yeah. What I mean is you can CGI all the yucky parts.
Yeah.
If
that's
you
true.
want to be real lazy about it, you could do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything when I was a kid. 4th of July, couldn't anyways. Fireworks of any kind are illegal unless they're champagne bottle poppers. You remember those?
No.
The little plastic bottle, and you pull the string and it pops, and little paper comes out.
Reminds me of the old Quick and Crisp cereal ads. And Storm Sours had 3 1-to-1 scale props: Chucky, Tiffany, and Annabelle.
Boy. Annabelle. Do you have the original Annabelle? You could find that. You look up for a one of those 27-inch Knickerbocker Raggedy Anns from the 70s, because that's what the actual Annabelle is supposed to be, is a vintage jumbo Raggedy Ann. So
really,
so you could, if you look up the real, if you look up the real Annabelle, it's one of those like 27, 30-inch Raggedy Ann dolls.
wow.
It's sitting in a rocking chair inside of a glass case that says "Do not open."
Megan was more of a comedy horror, and Am is here.
AMH.
Yeah, waiting on 30. Ooh, you got the 30 star screen.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got a bunch of the 30s. Let me see. Megatron, Soundwave, Prime, and Bumblebee. I would love to get the star screen. That's nice.
Yeah.
Just cut something up and you get a million fans.
I know.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And MLB says we need more storylines and character backgrounds in new movies. Good luck.
Yeah.
Everything's just too basic.
I know.
There's Black Knight.
Oh.
Yeah,
hey, Black Knight.
joining
How
us.
are you? Good to see you again.
Yeah.
I once ran into a Raggedy Ann doll, but the shop wanted way too much for.
Go on eBay, because Knickerbocker,
Hey, Thor.
Thor and Acosta says, thanks for being honest in the video on vendors. Some of these try to rob you. Your prices are rude. The vendors like that I stay away from. I have complained to cons about them. Oh boy.
Oh, you went to the top.
Oh boy. But yeah, go on eBay. Raggedy Ann and Andy, it's a dead property. Most of it doesn't sell for that much anymore. And you can find a 70s or maybe even an 80s. Like, I think the jumbo, the full size is 36 inches. 36-inch Raggedy Ann doll, probably not that much on eBay. And just, look on or look it up what type of, because, they're different years, what type of Raggedy Ann doll is Annabelle. And you can probably pinpoint one that looks almost exactly like it off of eBay pretty cheap.
Well, the Annabelle doll that's in the movie don't look nothing like a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for the aesthetics of it, if he's collecting those, the original one.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember it was some years ago. I don't know what house we were buying, but we were house hunting. And somebody had a Talkie Tina in every photo. So, when you look at the pictures of the houses and they show you all of the rooms, it was a Talkie Tina sitting there. Like they had like a living room picture and they had a couch and she was sitting on the couch, on the kitchen counter, in the bathroom. And it's like, why you got a Talkie Tina in every picture?
Trying to make sure people don't buy the house like that.
I guess.
Like when they tried to discourage people in Step Brothers.
I thought that was just so funny, but that's what they did. Whoever took those pictures was like, well, we're gonna have this Talkie Tina in there and see what, I guess, to draw people in. I don't know what that was about.
You know what you do? You
What?
make a chalk outline of a body on the floor in every room. That's what you do.
Would you get an original Annabelle right up your alley?
Raggedy Ann, she has Raggedy Ann dolls, just not one that big.
But it's still,
know.
I mean, maybe I just don't know what an Annabelle doll looked like, but I seen the doll picture from the movie.
Annabelle's just the name that the girl gave the doll.
I know,
that's
but the
supposed to be
doll
haunted.
didn't look like Raggedy Ann, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because the actual doll that the movie's based off of is a Raggedy Ann.
Oh, so they didn't want to bring down Raggedy Ann, so they just made it look different.
They didn't think that a Raggedy Ann doll
Mhm.
could be made imposing enough, so they just
Yeah.
retooled.
Did it?
They
Oh,
redid
okay,
the whole
okay,
doll.
okay, okay.
But quite frankly, little happy Raggedy Ann probably would have been scarier.
Yeah, especially if you
Because
see
you don't
them.
expect it. You don't expect that from
Yeah,
Raggedy
because I
Ann.
got a lot of different Raggedy Ann dolls, and I guess if you scared enough,
Mhm.
it can look scary. Because some of them are big, some of them are small. Some of the eyes are round, some of them are
Yeah.
triangle, and the hair look crazy. And then some of them I got somebody handmade. Some of them were made in the store, and it can look kind of weird. I can see how people can be crazy about it. Johnny said eBay is your best option when you're trying to look for stuff. They do have new Raggedy Ann
Oh, that's
dolls.
that retro stuff from
Target
Target.
sells them.
Yeah, I mean it's still a dead entity. I mean, people aren't really out there after them, you know.
No, you can find them. They're pretty cheap. You can
See
find
here,
them in
look at this. Here's a
Yeah, that thing look creepy.
yeah, this is a on eBay 36-inch Raggedy Ann doll from Knickerbocker, and it's $28.99 or best offer with $12 postage. See what I'm saying?
James, oh, good.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just making the point. You can find it cheap if you really wanted one.
James said the old porcelain dolls scare me more than the Megan. Some people are
At least
really,
those you can shatter.
yeah. Then you release the spirit. But some people really believe that dolls hold spirits, and they don't like dolls, won't have them in the house. My mama said that recently, and then I'm sitting there like, how you gonna say you don't like dolls? They got spirits when you used to have masks in the house. Now I don't like masks, and I wouldn't let masks come in the house. But
That's
What's
he was asking. Saw a head. Stone Sour says, "Can you tell me the name of the listing?"
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm holding it up there
Yeah.
so that you can read that off. See, $12.71 shipping, $28.99 or best offer. Off from $25.
Yeah, no, you go down to 15
Okay.
or $20. I'm serious.
See, vintage 36-inch Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
Oh, style cloth doll. Oh, this is a handmade one. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a handmade one. Do you want an actual? That's pretty good. It don't look like a handmade one. Do you want an actual Knickerbocker, or is that good enough? If you want an actual Knickerbocker, I'll see if I can look one up real quick.
Saturday morning found a Hug a Bunch plush at a thrift store for $1. Thrift store missed it over putting it on eBay. Great luck there. I don't know what a Hug a Bunch, but it's probably if the thrift store missed it, you did good. Because sometimes
nosy bears usually fall through the cracks too, because nobody knows what the hell those are, but some of them are actually quite valuable, nosy bears. But yeah, otherwise, you know, especially Goodwill, they have their own eBay stores that they send auction merchandise to.
Yeah, and it's expensive. Is it crazy that eBay is the place to go now, where in the past eBay was more expensive?
Yeah. Well, in the early days of eBay, it was more expensive because it was more of a novelty.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a novelty, but now that everybody is doing it. Hey, Dr. Cohen. Now that everybody's doing it, and globally, it pushes the prices down because there's more things that you thought or would have been harder to get back in the day. You know, especially again, me being involved in the early 90s in the toy game with Great Eastern Conventions, toys and comics, that going to a show or using trade magazines was the only way to find stuff. And you pour through the ads in trade magazines and you go to shows, or else you had no options. But then when eBay came around, things came up that you normally couldn't find. But now everybody's on eBay, so more things are available, and some of the stuff you thought was rare wasn't as rare as you were originally led to believe. So there you go.
Yeah, and with that logic, Robert, my mom does think our collection is evil. You remember she told us that? She went with us to a toy shop, and she was like, "It's so evil in here," and she actually went outside and sat in the car and waited for us to leave. I was like, "What? Come on."
Oh boy.
Stone Sour said his offer.
Stone Sour liked it. Okay.
Hug a Bunch was a series of plushies. They had live action movie that scared kids with monsters, and over Golden Book video and in Marvel. Wow, I never heard of them. Okay. And a lot of rare, but never find them in the wild like that much. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people think that dolls have evil spirits in them, and they don't want to. It's like it's each his own.
Well, there's a whole thing actually. Robert's mentioning this in the last couple of months. A video's been circulating from an old news broadcast. Since Robert brought it up, it says He-Man does have a lot of monsters. Where there was some expert explaining why Masters of the Universe is demonic and that you should keep it away from your children. It's like, okay. You might have even seen that video clip.
I never seen that one, but it's like those people that think every secular song is demonic.
My favorite is Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, every pastor talk about that. When they start talking about demonic music, Stairway to Heaven is the first one. That one and the John Lennon song. Both of them are the number one. One is going to be either one or two. They're going to always switch spots, but those two always come up.
The thing is, if you actually listen to or read the lyrics, of course it's poetic interpretation, but the narrator in that song is telling the woman that her stairway cannot work. He's explaining that it's going to fail. And so you obviously did not really research that song. If you're, that it is demonic because he is telling people they can buy their way into heaven, even though the song's lyrics is saying that it's going to fail, it's going to fade away in the whispering wind, right? Yeah, it's going to blow away, it won't work. But that's what people do.
Yeah, and I agree with John there. There's just no really good villains, and you're right, because those villains, Jason, Michael, Freddy, Leatherface, all of them had a background. They had an origin. So you found out, okay, why is Jason? Why is Michael? You never really figured out what was going on with Michael, but Freddy. Why were they like that? And
then good theory, but.
I mean, there's a lot of with Michael.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a good theory.
There's a lot of good theories there, but the thing is, they did have a background. But nowadays, like Saw, for an example, I don't remember them. Well, the first movie might have talked about. I ain't seen that in so long, but I don't think they ever tell you anymore. And I don't watch horror anymore like I used to. They don't tell you, okay, this is why this person is like this. This is what happened to them or whatever. I don't think they do that anymore. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
The theory is that it ties into the third film because of the masks. And he didn't take his mask off. In time. Well, before the broadcast was ended. Because he was getting the TV stations to take the broadcast off so that the kids wouldn't be affected by the chip in the mask, and that he didn't get his off, and that's why he went on a murdering spree.
But the kids that didn't take their masks off, worms and stuff started coming through their eyes. If you looked at the movie, because they showed one of the kids, I think it was two of the kids that was on vacation with their parents, and they left the mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And they died in worms and snakes and
different
stuff
things happen. Like that one woman got burned.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
there's, I guess, we can interpret it different ways.
Yeah.
But whatever. There's always going to be somebody that's going to say something about all of that kind of stuff. It's like the Harry Potter's demonic. Is it if your child knows it's fantasy? If they believe it, that's another problem, and you need to fix that. But otherwise, it's just a story.
You must be talking about 80s satanic panic,
yeah.
Creatures Against Thundercats, He-Man, even Smurfs and Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Smurfs, because you had wizards and witches.
That's right.
Yeah.
Raccoon said Jimmy Page was in Aleister Crowley. Was he? I know that they did that on the cover of the Sgt. Pepper. They put him in there on purpose to see if they could stir up mess.
Yeah, that one comes up all the time. Hey, Kenny, how are you?
Hey, Kenny Potter.
I can't believe they think Skeletor is possessed, evil person. Yeah, sure
He's
he
a
is.
pussycat. Sure he is. Eric is there. Says, when I was around 6 years old, my dad caught one episode of He-Man and banned me from watching because of witchcraft.
Oh, no.
But I could still play with the toys thanks to Mom overriding him. Weird. Oh, boy. Well, for that matter, my mother wouldn't let me watch the A-Team.
Why? That was demonic?
No, it's too violent.
Oh.
I hate war. I hate violence. She was the most violent person I ever met. I couldn't watch the A-Team. Yeah, okay. I'd rather hang around with the A-Team.
Do you even see street preachers at toy shows preaching against it? I remember going to a Comic-Con in Tampa when I used to live in Tampa.
Really?
And they would be out against. No,
I've not seen that.
Now, one thing I did see, and it was all right, I guess. We were at a con. We only went to this con once. Either we went once or they moved it. Mm-hmm. So it was a con, and it was a convention center, and in the same building but further down was a church. And the con was on a Sunday, and the church was there. And they came out. They didn't say, "Oh, you're all are demons. This is demonic." They was like just talking, saying hey to people, inviting them to church, giving out flyers. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they gave out tracts, but they just came and talked to everybody, and they were just nice and friendly about it. They weren't like browbeating nobody. Mm-hmm. So, and again, I don't remember if they passed out tracts or not. I don't remember that, but I do remember seeing them out there. And as soon as you pulled up in the parking lot, you kind of saw the people coming around. So
yeah, weird.
Wacky Races were attacked for Too Violent by the Moms group also, and it got canned. They replaced it with 2 spin-offs of Ironic Flying Machines was more violent than Wacky Racers.
Yeah, or it was ironic.
Oh.
It was ironic. Let's go ahead and do another commercial. Let's do another one. This one's got some celebrities in it. They're going to tell you about patriotism. So let's go ahead and expand that.
In Congress, July the 4th, 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
That among these are life, liberty,
and the pursuit of happiness.
That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men,
deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed.
That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends,
it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it.
And to institute new government,
laying its foundation on such principles,
and organizing its powers in such form
as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Hey,
got an ad.
Get the heck out of here. Let me make sure that closes out. You can't do nothing on ScrewTube.
As important now as it was 200 years ago, the Declaration of Independence.
And that was just a public ad. Again, they were airing that on television at the time in 1776.
In 1776, they aired that?
1876. They sent it back in time. in 18, I'm still screwing it up. 1976, on the bicentennial, there was a lot of ads like that that were sanctioned and paid for by the federal government.
Yeah, and Robert, you're right. These are the same people that got rid of Saturday morning cartoons, but they don't say nothing about the stuff in the trash that's on TV now.
No.
I mean, on the commercials, they use foul language.
Yeah.
On commercials.
The first one I remember doing that was Ore-Ida French fries with their potato pay.
No, it was before that. And I
it?
remember seeing it. I only seen it once. It was a credit card commercial.
Okay.
And they used Samuel Jackson. And it has a logo. I can't think of they have a saying. I can't think of the saying, but he cursed through the saying. And I was like, oh my God. But they never aired that one. They played the same commercial, but they took that curse word out.
Yeah, and the Ore-Ida, the one I remember is the Ore-Ida potato pay, where you're supposed to, instead of teaching your children proper nutrition, you bribe them by offering them 3 French fries for every bite of real food that they take. And because the kid's like, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. And the woman walks in and says, hey, end that shit. And it's with Ore-Ida potato pay. And they eventually changed it so that she says, end that.
Yeah.
After, I don't know, I guess people must have complained. But I'm like, golly, bad enough that you're bribing the child instead of having them eat. You know what? Eat or don't. You don't want it? Go to bed.
Yeah, my mama was like, you ain't moving till you eat.
Yeah.
She didn't bribe me with nothing. Oh, you don't want to eat? Well, sit there then. And that was it.
But and that's the thing. It's like, and legally even speaking, because I am MAP certified from when I was still living in Kansas and involved in the foster care system as well as juvenile justice, you can't refuse to give a child a meal, but you can't make them eat it.
Yeah.
So they don't want it. Oh, tough. And you can take it back away. So it's like whatever. But it's just the idea even that they're going to that they want to tell you to bribe your kid with French fries and then swear in the commercial at the same time.
Yeah. They banned cartoons on Merc also after after Hot Wheels and Linus the Lionheart cartoons ticked them off. 80s will remove that rule.
Oh, what are you gonna do? I never saw all the seasons of Super Friends. I think we only saw like the first two seasons, which I thought the first season was better because I liked the Legion of Doom.
The Legion of Doom was good. The second season had
the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, Jan and Fran or whatever.
Loser twin powers activate shape of something useless and shape of some animal that won't be useful.
Yeah.
It's like, and then he turned in shape of a bucket of water. And I'm like, where the hell did the bucket come from?
Why? Yeah.
Did you, who had the bucket? I'm confused.
Yeah, we talked about that last night, David. Sony wants to remove all discs from the PlayStation game. I mean, do they even really sell discs like all that? Because everything is downloaded or streamed on the internet.
Yeah, and then you never really own it.
You
never really own it.
So then, and that kind of, I find that kind of annoying. You pay for it, but then you don't have a physical copy. And then if your hard drive is too full, you got to delete something. And all of this stuff you already paid for. I guess it's stuff you paid for that you also take to Goodwill and sell, but still, I don't know. I'd rather have the physical copy in my hand than just stream it. or have the option for both.
Yeah. Robert says he could never understand how Gleek drank him. And then how did he get him back?
He peed him out.
Oh, yeah. You think he peed him out?
Yes, who knows?
Threw him up, maybe. Sweated him out. How do you get him back?
Hey, Patty, how are
Patty
you?
is
Disney
joining
is
us.
going to get rid of physical copies too. They're no longer going to make them. I mean, but I don't know
Yeah.
if people buying stuff from Disney anyway. I think people are kind of fed up with Disney. So
Yeah. Well, and they were the kings of the whole Disney Vault nonsense too.
Yeah.
When everything was first coming out on VHS cassette, and it's like, get it now while you can. It goes back in the video Disney Vault soon, and you never know if or when it will ever be
Yeah.
available again.
And then those Disney VCR tapes were so expensive. They were
Yeah,
way
they were
more
expensive. Yeah,
expensive than
yeah.
everybody else
They had
one.
you.
But now you can get them for $0.25.
Yeah, at the thrift store.
Yeah.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
don't care about that stuff anymore.
Mm-mm. But it was a collection, and people would try to buy it, and you could sell them for like literally over $100 for, especially the big ones like Bambi and Cinderella and stuff like that.
Because they went through that whole Disney Vault stage. I've talked
Yeah.
about it before.
Yeah.
And then in the 90s, they converted it to the unnecessary sequel stage, where you had Cinderella 2 and 3, and Lady and the Tramp 2 and 3. And it's like, what are these sequels? I thought we were done. You're making more out of nowhere. It doesn't make sense.
Well, if you want your CDs, DVDs, and VCRs, you better buy them now.
Yeah.
But you can always probably find them on eBay and Macari and at the
thrift store.
Thrift store.
Thrift store comes up with that stuff sometimes.
Yeah, they come up with them a lot. It's just, is it working? And sometimes you can hook it up in the store and make sure it plays.
I would hook it up in the store and mess with it just to be safe.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Yeah, it's to take one of their own VHS cassettes and test it.
Yeah, or one of their own CDs, DVDs, records, whatever.
Do it right there. Because they'll tell, oh yeah, it works. Remember that with the turntable? Oh yeah, that works. I tried it myself.
And then didn't have a needle.
Didn't have a needle. Oh, did you, huh?
Yeah. And then the one lady, I plugged up a radio and tried to put a tape in it. Why you moving all of that? I'm like, I want to see if it works. And she stood there and watched, and it didn't work. And she was like, oh, that doesn't. I was like, I know, that's why you test it. Y'all got plugs.
Yeah,
test it before you leave it.
We have plugs for you to test consumer goods, but we don't want you to touch them.
Yeah. Mess don't work. And then you can't bring it back. So now I'm stuck. I'm out of $15
yeah,
and you ain't bringing it back.
Return that stuff. I think you can only exchange clothing.
Yeah, it's like
stores.
Clothes. They got so much clothes. They got them in boxes looking like they're ready to burn it.
Yeah, and then when it doesn't sell, they ship it overseas and give it away so they can do it as a charitable write-off. And I had read an interesting story about that. That was, we were talking about that a couple of weeks back, that there used to be a really good textile industry in Africa, and all the free clothes that like Goodwill and Salvation Army send over there destroyed that industry. Because they're like, why make clothing, blankets, sheets, towels, whatever, when we get them for free nonstop?
Yeah,
it destroyed an entire industry that was actually flourishing. That's interesting.
But the thing that's so crazy, because with all the stuff at Goodwill, well, I know for a fact it's at Goodwill, it prices down to, they can't price it anymore. Then it goes to their overstock and it's sold really cheap. When it doesn't sell there, they ship it overseas. And it's like, all you had to do was price it reasonably.
That price to begin with.
Yeah, to start with. And maybe it would have left, because everybody doesn't know you have this overstock store.
Yeah.
It's not in every city.
No.
So the chances of it being sold isn't as great as if you had just put it in a store and sold it at a reasonable price. So you did that to yourself.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
It's incredible the way all that works, and got the stuff for free. You have no overhead for merchandise. No overhead for merchandise. You're only paying for labor and lights. and you got the stuff for free, and you're going to be weird about it.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? Oh, you know, it was an interesting pickup. I won't be showing this in the pickups video, but let me move a piece here so you can see it. I'm not going to bring it over, but I just want to shift everything because I thought this was fascinating. You hear it rattling going on now.
Yeah.
Just shift that right there so that I can turn the camera really quick. There's something that I found actually in Savers, and I was like, I showed it to my wife, and I was like, what do you think about using this in the museum room for the computer? Actually, because we can put the tower underneath and the computer on top, and then we can roll this around into other rooms so we can film in different locations, right? See if I can get this to turn properly.
It's all tight.
Well, it's the speaker actually is in the way. Oh, geez. Give me a break. There we go. Right over there next to the comic stand. You see that cart? That is a vintage drink cart right out of the 1970s Sears catalog right there. And the wings are down right now. They lift up so it can be a full tabletop with the big wagon wheel and the two casters in the front there. And I was like, you know what? A tower, the computer tower would fit right underneath there, and I can put the monitor and the keyboard and everything on the top. And then if I want to move it to a different room and we can film in different rooms around the museum, just fold the leaves down. There's a handle behind it that lifts up, and you pull it on the where is it? I'm gonna right here. Where am I?
I don't know. What are you trying to point
right
to?
Here.
Oh, that.
There's a handle. You can't see it because it folds, and you pull it out, and I can drag that cart into another room. And we just finished refinishing it to give it that nice like walnut color, and we're letting it dry right now. And I thought that was a great find. And again, it's like 50 years old. It's an old cart like from the Sears catalog. And I thought that was a really interesting find and functional and fits the aesthetic of what we're doing down here.
Hey, 5150.
He said, we can put this episode of Open Wide Chance in the Disney Vault. Yeah, then maybe it'll be worth something, right? I can say, it's going away. You better pay now.
Yeah.
Pay
Disney
now while you
watch
can.
it, and then they'll have a problem.
Again.
Where you get that couch chair? We bought it from the furniture store. It came with our couch set.
Yeah, it's a nice, comfortable chair with the Jolly Rancher blanket on it.
David found that Jolly Rancher blanket. I don't know.
I think it was a thrift store, actually. Yeah, it was like a couple of dollars. I was surprised. I was like, oh, this is a promotional Jolly Rancher.
A legitimate
blanket.
one.
Yeah, but again, I thought the cart was nice. It's a good idea. That way, you don't have to carry everything, because that's one of the reasons why we just kind of leave the computer in here, because we don't want to carry all those pieces, take the whole thing apart, carry it somewhere. And now all I would have to do is unplug it and just wheel it into another room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then so when it's dry and ready, which hopefully it'll be next week.
Yeah, because those things take a long time. Because
they can.
When we did the record cabinet, man, that thing took like a week to dry.
Yeah, they stay sticky for a long time.
Yeah.
So, but if it's ready, then I can wheel the whole kit and caboodle into another room, and then and it has a smaller footprint than this desk, and we can repurpose the desk somewhere else, and then move it around to different parts of the toy museum, and then you can get different backgrounds all the time.
Yeah, you can see stuff and all of that.
Robert says, get a laptop, ? They're not as reliable.
We don't need a laptop. We got a desktop.
Yeah, we got a desktop.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
As far as doing stuff like this, it's not quite as reliable as a tower, having an actual PC tower. Well, we found in our experience, it's not as reliable.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was a good idea. What does that say? Saturday morning said Disney VHS cost $79 to buy in 1980. That's $323.12 adjusted for inflation.
That's crazy. I remember that it was $80. And I remember in the 90s, I wanted to start a collection of the old Disney VCR tapes. And I looked them up. They were well over $100. I was like, you're out of your mind. And even the new ones that were coming out were very expensive. They had fell a little bit from the $79, I think, but I wasn't going to buy them. And especially if you got that plastic case. I think if it was in that plastic case, it costs a little more.
They had that big plastic case.
Yeah,
put them in.
That didn't fit on a regular if you had that VCR drawer, it didn't fit in there. And any place else you had VCR tapes, it didn't fit.
Yeah, it was a little bigger on purpose.
Yeah. And then recently we went to a yard sale. Well, it wasn't a yard sale, it was an estate sale. And they had a lot of VCR tapes. And they had a lot of those Disney ones.
Yeah.
And they were selling those VCR tapes. I want to say it was like 50 cents each. Those things were way down.
Yeah. And I remember VHS cassettes costing as much as $110, $120 new, when they came out in the 1980s. But of course, technology, the more available it becomes, the more it comes down. That's why modern flat screens are so cheap. It's disposable luxury at this point because it's, the old ones had to be repaired. They were heavy. They cost a lot to manufacture. And so they were real expensive. But now as they've gotten lighter and cheaper and more companies are making them and the technology is there and there's more robots assembly than people actually involved, the price is coming down all the time. You see an 85-inch TV at Walmart selling for less than a 55-inch would have cost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And Stone Sour says people thought they were sitting on a gold mine with those Disney clamshells. They did.
I'm going to retire.
Yeah. Just like with some of these comics, The Death of Superman, Beanie Babies, Funko Pops.
Oh boy.
A bunch of different things. When it comes out and it's a hot thing, people collect them and they sit on them and they're like, oh yeah, this is going to be worth something one day. And then they miss that point when it was worth something. Because like I said, I remember in the 90s,
there's always a peak.
Yeah, those Disney movies were going for over $100, especially certain ones like Snow White, the original, and all of that. They were selling, and people were like, nope, I'm going to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, and then that ship sailed.
A 22-inch mini TV special, 22-minute TV special costs $40 to buy.
Yeah,
new.
Said Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that discs came out because you wanted to buy a TV series. Can you imagine having Gunsmoke on VHS?
We got it on DVD in this world. That
it's
thing
massive.
Yeah,
it's massive.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it would have been like you would have had like 400 VHS cassettes. It's
because you only could get 2 or 3 episodes per.
If you did it high quality,
Mm-hmm.
it couldn't be more than 2 hours because you could get 8 hours out of a VHS tape.
Yeah.
If you changed the resolution.
Yeah.
But the
taping
speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you wanted good quality, it was maximum 2 hours. I know, right?
Yeah. I remember I learned how to program my VCR and I would program it so I can have certain shows taped. I used to have so many home tapes off of the TV. And I had my VCR programmed. And that was a skill program. Robert's first VCR tape was RoboCop. You remember your first VCR tape?
Oh boy. First VCR tape. It was Terminator.
I think the first one we had, and I don't know where it came from. We had Batman, 89 Batman. I don't know where that thing came from, but we had it. And one summer, literally, we watched it every single day.
No wonder you like it so much.
Yeah, I do.
You could do that when you were a kid, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that.
But we always had a VCR because my daddy was always big into technology. So we always had a VCR. I don't know why, because he didn't rent movies, nothing like that. He didn't do nothing. He just wanted a VCR.
Yeah.
But he would buy me blank tapes, and I would record stuff off TV. And I would record like Yo MTV Raps. Rap City.
Oh no.
Certain TV shows, like certain movies. I remember the Incredible Hulk movie came out on TV. I would record that. I would just record stuff. But yeah, we always had a VCR, but my daddy didn't rent. He didn't buy, but we did go rent movies a lot, but he didn't do nothing. We are not finished watching Dallas. I finally got the whole Dallas, all 13, 14 seasons.
Yeah.
And we're going to start watching that again real soon.
Oh, boo.
Oh, David is so excited. But we ended on season 11. We had just got finished with season 10 where Pam blew up in the car. And now we will start season 11. Wizard of Oz was Blue Splash's first DVD.
Really?
Wizard of Oz.
And Renard wants to know if you bought Columbia House stuff.
Yes, I used to buy the tapes.
I did that once. I did do that once.
I did that
after I moved out of the house.
I did that. We used to use people's name that we didn't know. And
oh no.
Yeah, we did. And I used to buy tapes, cassette tapes, not VCR tapes, but we bought cassette tapes. And I know this is bad.
Oh no.
I used my brother's name because my brother was disabled.
Oh no.
I know that is so awful. But I used to buy the tapes from Columbia House. Our first one. Oh. Did you buy? Oh yeah, for a penny. I don't know if that thing was a penny. It wasn't a penny.
Like 5 for $20, or you're talking about. They would do that with the cassette tapes. With VHS was a different story.
Yeah, he's
talking about his movies.
Yeah, the original Dr. Dolittle. I don't know the first VCR tape I actually bought
with Rex Harrison, Dr. Dolittle.
I don't remember. I know once I got in the military, I did buy a lot of VCR tapes. And then I remember when I was in Italy, they stopped selling VCR tapes and went to DVD. And I did not have a DVD player. Oh, I was so mad because at the PX, the movies were cheap. And they quit selling VCR tapes. There was no more. Just one day. They didn't announce it or nothing. Just one day. If they did, I didn't hear it. All of the VCR tapes is gone. Everything new that came out was DVD. So I had to go out, buy a DVD player, which we just got rid of about a year ago. No, when we moved here. Yeah, about a year ago. That 5-disc DVD player I had, that's the one I had in Italy. It was over 20 years old.
Oh, well.
It still worked, though.
Robert wanted to know how they make any money with the penny thing, because bulk purchases, when you buy like 100,000 of a DVD or VHS, and then they have to and you can let people pick select ones. That is the selection that you could choose from were leftovers that they knew they weren't going to sell anyways, with the guarantee that you would buy 5 more at the full price. That's how they kept that going on rotation. That's how that would work.
Yeah, you did get a bill, though. A bill came up. Oh, watching another commercial.
Yeah, we can look at another one.
Okay.
Bicentennial, if I can get this to come up. Let's see here. Here we go.
America is 200 years old. A lot of people helped make this country great, and teeth helped them do it. Yup, think about it. What if Paul Revere had a toothache?
The British are coming.
Or
80 and 7
Or what if Buffalo Bill had no teeth? Fact is, George Washington had false teeth, and they gave him a hard time. You never see him smile. But kids today are lucky. With a little care, they can keep their teeth strong and healthy. Be sure to brush every day. And floss, too. Eat good foods. And save cake and sweets for parties. Don't forget about seeing the dentist either. Your local dental society wants to help you keep America smiling.
Oh, that's perfect. At least he didn't tell you that George Washington's teeth were wood, because that makes no sense. I remember I was told that in elementary school.
Yeah, they told us that.
That's so much for public education, right? Wooden teeth, like that would work. They would just like swell and get soggy and fall apart. That makes no sense. He had dentures made out of human teeth that were strung together, in case you were curious. Yeah.
Saturday morning's first DVD was Wizard of Oz, paid $30 at Walmart. Walmart had one shelf with about 8 DVDs only. The second was the Goonies. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right, Robert. Dental people had commercials too. Brush your teeth. That's right. Brush your teeth before they fall out. What if Buffalo Bill didn't have teeth? He might not have. It was the Wild West. I don't know if Buffalo Bill had teeth or not.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll dig him up one day and see. Oh God, Eric Reese, the top loader, Magnavox top loader from 1982. Stupid amber light that said DEW that would pop up and you couldn't play the tape until it went off.
10 minutes, maybe 3 hours. We never had a top loading one. We always had that front load one.
Those are heavy.
Those
solid state ones.
Oh God, yeah, we got one.
Well, we don't have a solid state one. The one that I have is from mid 80s.
Oh, okay.
It's not as heavy as those late 70s, early 80s top loader ones or those Betamax ones that are like 25, 30 pounds each.
Yeah.
You had a workout moving around. A lot of solid state. That solid state holds up though.
It still works.
Yeah, they still work. My VCR works. That cathode ray television works.
Yeah, but you get a DVD player and that mess will fall apart on you.
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah,
they don't even wear a pound.
They minimalize the electronics so much. Oh, nostalgic.
Hey, David, how are you?
He says, north of the border in our modern surveillance state that may soon jail citizens for social media posts like Jolly England. Yeah, that's he's in Canada, of course. And Canada's gotten very weird over the last few years, as I'm sure many of you are aware. Laserdisc. No, I don't have a Laserdisc.
No, we never had
the Laserdisc.
No.
That was popular for like a heartbeat. It didn't last long, and they were real expensive when they came out.
I remember them being expensive, but never had one. Never knew anybody that had one.
You see those laser discs pop up now from time to time.
We just saw some at Value Village.
Not
Savers.
Yeah, and you see them like at record shows or at other places, and people just buy them as a novelty. They're usually like $1. I mean, people just don't even care.
Well, some of the covers are really nice.
They are.
Some of the covers are real nice because I mean it's the same as what would be on the VCR, but it's just bigger, so they look better, and it'd be nice to display on the wall or something like that.
I don't know how well they play though, and I know the players were insanely expensive at the time.
And they were huge.
All new technology is. I mean, you're going to pay for something that's new until they get it dialed in, because you're paying for the research and development at first, basically. So it's going to be a higher price point.
Oh boy.
Was that Saturday morning? Said we had the metal top loader VCR, also rented from Curtis Mathis, really heavy to a kid, full metal VCR player. Yeah, or if you've ever handled a cathode ray television of any kind, we got the floor model sitting there that was free.
Yes,
we got that free
from an estate sale.
It had a sticker that said free, and I was like, "Is it really free?" And like, yeah, if anybody wants it, we didn't think anybody would want it. Yeah. Well,
we plugged it up while we were
works.
there, and it worked.
It worked, and it's like, yeah, I get that. I get the old VCR. I can hook up to it, you know, whatever, and it just kind of fits. Again, fits the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Of the nostalgic direction that we're going in our area here. But whatever.
HD players when Blu-ray were a thing. I don't know.
The purple box. I think that's the purple box, right? They tried a bunch of different things. Blu-rays are still around. Blu-rays are still around. And Blu-ray players, some Blu-ray players aren't very cooperative. They're supposed to be backwards compatible to regular DVDs and don't always work right. I've noticed that.
Yeah. We have that combo. It works sometimes, it don't work sometimes. It always plays the Blu-ray.
Yes.
But some DVDs it won't play.
Yeah, some DVDs it gets weird about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to, but for whatever reason, yeah, thanks. Backwards technology. They don't want you to be backwards. They don't want you to have backwards technology because then you can't use your older stuff. That's why you can't get a built-in disc player on a computer tower anymore. You have to buy it separate. It's ridiculous.
That's stupid.
Axel Foley's there.
Hey,
to
Axel
know
Floyd.
What Blu-ray brand player did we get? I don't remember.
I don't know what we got. We went to Walmart and picked something up off the shelf.
Yeah, I don't remember what brand it is.
Yeah.
Off the top.
No, we got it from Amazon because
you?
it was for elderly people with the big letters and numbers on the on the thing on the remote. But I don't know the brand. I mean, long as it play, who cares?
Yeah,
that's my
I wasn't
attitude.
that worried about it.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? I'm sure you could find one on eBay, Robert.
You got a phone in your hand, Robert. Look.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up on eBay. I bet you can find it, and you bet you can find a good deal too.
Viewmaster and Stone Sour gave $2
to our kitty fund.
Thank you, Stone Sour.
Always appreciate it. I need to get them some new outdoor shelters anyway. I
ain't saying a word.
I saw. Yeah, I heard you. She teases me. She teases me about my poor kitty friends. They're my little kitty friends. They need my help.
Yeah, I guess.
Nobody else out there care about them.
No.
That's how I ended up with
that. Owl care about them.
Oh no.
That hawk, I love them too.
No, Mr. Owl only wants Tootsie Pops. He can finish one in 3 bites.
No, that hawk will be glad to
three licks. No,
take them and play with the little babies.
No hawks. You're mean. Watch if something happens. If a hawk gets one of my cats, I'm gonna be angry at you.
You sure will.
You shouldn't say things like that.
Okay. I still have a Hitachi. Oh, now the VCR DVD combo, that thing never worked right because one of them always died. And when one dies, the whole thing is dead.
Or the TV with the DVD or the VCR player built in.
Yeah, and the DVD. Yes, that thing
those
died on you too.
Those would screw up. Stone Sour says he wants to watch WrestleMania 7 tonight.
Okay.
Very patriotic. Any of those, especially where Hulk Hogan was in the Real American phase, and they would start playing that theme song. Yeah, it can be very patriotic. Or anything with Hacksaw Jim Duggan when he was pissed off whenever Nikolai Volkov would attempt to sing the Russian national anthem. No one's gonna sing any national anthem but the American national anthem as long as I'm in the building. Oh, tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kirshner.
Corporal Kirshner.
Kirshner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Shelby.
Shelby's there. People forgot about Laserdisc players. They were big. Yeah, they were about the size of a vinyl record.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. And when you see them, you think they're a record until you lift it up and then you see that it's a. But the covers, I like the covers, and I would collect a few that had some good movie covers. Just to display on the wall. I think it would be good, in a couple of records with some nice covers. to display on the wall.
I wonder if anybody gets them graded.
They get everything else graded.
And K Mars is
Hey,
joining
K Mars,
us.
how are you? We are doing
We're doing all right.
Yes, we're doing very well.
4th of July.
2020.
Fresh out of Joe Fest. Because we went to Joe Fest last week. Probably not going to another show until Gadsden Toy and Comic Show.
That's at the end of this month.
End of the month, that's right. It's going to be a Friday and Saturday instead of a Saturday and Sunday, which I think is kind of odd. But
that's
hey,
what
whatever. That's what they do. Kip will be there.
Yep.
Kip will be there.
Hey, Kip, how are you?
I don't know. I don't know if he's watching.
Yeah, well, just in case he
he
is.
watches sometimes. He does watch sometimes. I know he does because he mentions things. But Kip is a vendor. He's one of the better vendors.
Yeah, he one of the vendors that actually want to sell stuff.
Yeah. He doesn't want to fool around. He was just like, well, I mean, it's important too, because I'm going to do a whole separate video on the subject now that I think about it, because especially after the last one I just did about vendors who price themselves out by marking up too much. One of the drawbacks of that is that whenever you come to shows, you still have the same stuff over and over and over again. And so people, they're not interested in going and looking in your booth. It's like, oh, every time I see this guy, he's got the same action figures. He's got the same play sets. What the hell? Yeah, you want that rotation. You want to be the guy who every time he comes to a show, half your stuff is different. You know what I mean? You can't sell everything every time, but half your stuff is different. So there's always something fresh. So at least you get new eyes on it. You know?
Yeah.
And that tells me also that's somebody who's willing to wheel and deal. Hey man, I've been sitting on this for a while. So yeah, all right. What do you want to do? See what I mean? Robert wants to do a video on the cool vendors. Yeah, there's a handful. And when I do the live streams, I'll point them out too if I go to somebody's table. And you probably know who they are if you've heard me go on enough. I mean, I mentioned Kip, but also Spidey.
Yeah, Spidey's good.
Really good. Spidey, George. Hey, George.
Carlos.
Really good. Carlos is really good. Seth from Sasquatch. Yeah. I mean, there's a handful. Or comics like Cherry Pickers.
Yeah.
Mike from Cherry Pickers is really good. Chris from the Ones You Loved comics.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some. Yep. I've heard Jack Thomas. There's a handful of people that, you know, man, they're motivated. They're motivated to they like to wheel and deal. They like to consider offers. They like to figure things out. But there's other ones that it's like, I don't even want to shop from them, even if they have something I like. You know, Kay says the people who are happy to discuss price at shows are more likely to build a repeat customer or spend more at the table by buying more. That's true.
That is true.
Because you'll come back.
Yeah, you'll come back, and they know you come back because they remember what you bought the last time. And I know I have some
of them do.
They're like, hey, you bought this the last time. I got some more of this if you want it. And, you know, or, hey, you might like this. I know you got this. So those type of people you like, you know, they're always willing to work with you, wheel and deal. And
Robert wants to know they're always at the conventions. Not necessarily, because, you know, they move around to different states and different parts of the country. And there's sometimes there's shows going on at the same time. Or sometimes you can't get to one fast enough from another one, and you don't want to push your luck, and you're like, no, I got to let that show go. So they're not always everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not always everywhere. Actually, there's two Carloses, because there's also the Carlos from the Retro Toy Swap. He only goes to the retro.
Yeah. Now he's a good wheeler and dealer too.
Toy Swap.
Yeah.
That he won't do other shows because he just doesn't want to do all that running around. But he's really easy to work with. And he's a big collector himself, you know.
Yeah, I see a lot of vendors with a lot of the same stuff just sits on their tables at the back-to-back shows.
And that's toy and comics, because we see that with comic vendors as well. It's like, God, do they ever sell any of this stuff?
Yeah,
you know, it's
man. It was a guy, and I buy from him a lot. Or not a lot, but often. I've bought from him several times. And I was at a show and he had a comic, and I didn't buy the comic then for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't buy the comic. And I was like, he gonna have that comic at the next show. And I mean, it was months. And boy, if he didn't have that same comic sitting there. And because I went right to the box and I look, he said, "You're looking for something specific?" I was like, "Yeah, you have a comic. You had it at the last show. I'm pretty sure you got it now." And he did. And he was like, "Wow, that's still." I was like, "Yeah, you didn't sell it." And that's all I said. So then we wheeled the deal. Because he knew it was there. And he knew he didn't sell it.
Yeah.
And he knew he was carrying it around. And a lot of people don't like to carry that stuff around because the chances of it breaking, denting, tearing, whatever is higher. So they want to sell it so that they don't have to carry it around and deal with it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Pixel Dan says he loved wheeling and dealing at shows at his booth. He said it's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It can be. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun to haggle, especially if you know it's going to a good home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've gotten some really good deals like that. So is she, because people, evidently, a lot of people know who we are.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, hey, I'll give you a really good deal if you're gonna showcase it." And it's like, "Of course I am," because they already know.
Yeah, and say you bought it from me.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, yes, make sure you say you bought it from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a Batman comic.
Oh, Robert.
It was a Batman
It was
comic.
a Batman comic. She likes her Batman comics.
I do. I wish I could get a more of the earlier stuff.
It's hard.
Mhm,
They're
the
expensive.
prices are.
The further back you go, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the oldest ones I got.
Batman.
That Batman comic I bought from that guy. The oldest one I got. So.
Yeah, and some guys just don't want to budge, and I guess they figure eventually it'll be worth whatever they're asking, so they'll just sit on it till doomsday.
Yeah, well, they better hope in the meantime it doesn't tear or your box gets lost.
Yeah, I know, or something, because it could get damaged. It could get damaged over time. But I think I'm going to do a follow-up video talking about some of that stuff sometime in the next few weeks.
Shelby says, "I'm looking for a deal, not these dealers asking full maxed eBay prices. If I see ridiculous prices, I don't go back, unfortunately. People at yard sales are asking top dollar now, and the stuff just sits, and that is..."
Yeah, it's a yard sale. Give me a freaking break.
Right, or estate sales. You go, it's like, okay, if you don't sell
really
it,
piss me off.
yeah, because if you don't sell it at the estate sale, you send it to Goodwill. So that means you're not making money anyway. So why not lower the price so that at least you get something? And it's and that concept just doesn't click. So it's like, I would rather give it away to Goodwill than sell it to you at a cheaper price and get something for it. Have any Power record Batman comic records?
Well, Batman book and record sets? I don't think you do.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think you do. But they price themselves out. And I've mentioned that about the estate sales, where even when you get to, and when I was talking about the Dapper Dan some time ago, I saw a Dapper Dan at that one estate sale. And even at 75% off, it was still just scratching the surface on retail of what it would sell for. I was like 75% off, and it's still too much. The final day, 75%. And I'm like, nah, I could find one in better condition on eBay for less.
And that estate sale, the lady was like, "Yeah, we're going to be packing up everything for Goodwill."
Yeah, you may as well give it away now.
No,
you
Robert,
give it
nobody.
You give it away to Goodwill. I wish you could sell to Goodwill.
They wouldn't give you anything.
No, they wouldn't give you anything.
It'll be like half price books. They give you a penny for it, and then sell it for $130.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling it. Oh, go ahead.
Eric Reese is working on the 300s issues run. He's got a full run from 400 on. And that's enough. That's plenty. It's hard.
Yeah.
Again, the further back you go, the more expensive all that stuff gets.
Is this one guy on eBay? He's an older guy. I don't know his name. It's Batman something. And I watch his channel every so often. And when I started watching it, he was filling in his Batmans from 1 to 100.
Must be nice. I just think I'll fill my collection. Here you are, my man. It makes me think of that one. It's been
like,
turned
"Alright,
into a
dude."
meme where there's an episode of or one of the original shorts of Our Gang with Spanky when he was really little, like 3 years old. And he's in this house and he finds stacks of money that this guy had misered away. And he's taking the stacks and he's just throwing them out of the window. Handfuls of cash, he's throwing them out of the window, and the guy's freaking out. And I'm like, that's what I think of with these people. It's like, huzzah, here's some cash, my man. Just give me all these Batman.
Yeah, you throw it my way.
Yeah, throw it my way.
Shoot. I'm just like, man, dude. And then a couple of them were
if you can afford it,
upgrades.
you can afford it.
Yeah, and I mean, I ain't hating on nobody. Good for you, dude. I'll just watch your videos and look at the cover.
Sure.
That's good enough for me. But yeah, I wish I could. So you get what you can. I stick with like Green Arrow stuff that you can buy for under $10.
Oh my God.
What are your favorite Batman artists? I like Neil Adams.
Oh, okay.
I don't know a lot of artists, so all I know is Neil Adams. So that's always going to be my answer. Because I don't know a lot. I don't get into. I mean, I know it's a lot involved, but I don't know that stuff. I don't get into it. I'm not going to say, oh, I only buy this artist and this artist. Now I can see a Neil Adams and kind of tell, oh, that looked like something Neil Adams did.
Or certain people you can just tell, like Plug, you can pick up
I don't
on
know
right
who that
away.
is. Now I do know LB Cole. I know that name, and I can kind of a little bit tell his style, but I don't have a favorite. I'll say, like I said, I'll say Neil Adams because I like his style and I know his style, and I would come to bet I got more of his stuff because he did a lot of DC stuff, and he did a lot with like House of Mysteries and stuff like that, and he did some Batman stuff. So I probably got more of his stuff if I was to look or try to figure it out, but I don't know.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah, Axel Foley says I'm flexible on price if I sell something. Nothing wrong with negotiation. Some guys are cheeky with the lowball offer since they just want to resell it at the price the seller originally had it at. Some people.
Yeah, maybe. Shelby says estate auctions in Maine are robbery. You pay an auction fee, then have to pay the state a sales tax on top of the used item that's already been taxed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I'm from Massachusetts. I've near mint condition Saturday morning. Never heard of that.
No. Wow.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes.
Maybe. Robert wants to know favorite Batman storyline. I don't think you read The Cult, did you?
I have The Cult. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna read this Batman Absolute here in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on.
That's a new storyline though.
Yeah, that's a new one. I'm gonna read it.
I liked the KG Beast storyline. KG Beast was pretty interesting.
I like storylines if I got the whole thing. And I do got a lot of Batmans, and I got a lot of. I know I got a lot of the Nightfalls, but I haven't read them.
And KG and Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns and Conquest, I think. Maybe not. I got a bunch of Batman stuff, but I haven't read them yet. Is the point. Okay. What I'm trying to say. Because I like reading my horror stuff.
She does read them. I mean,
and I like
a lifetime's worth of comics already to go through. We don't just collect them.
Yeah.
We do actually try to read some. Except for these, because they're sealed.
Yeah, and they're graded. But like the romance ones I read all the time.
Yeah.
The horror ones I read all the time. So that's where I am. And the Green Arrow I already read. In the Question I read.
Yeah.
And those are really good. I thought those are
the Copper Age ones. I've read those before too. Robert wants to know if that's the one where he locks up KG Beast in the sewer. Yes. He really didn't think he could take him, and he knew it would be life or death, and he was just like, you know what, I don't need to be bothered. I'm just going to shut this door, and locked him in the room.
Mad or cracked?
Well, they're both back there.
Yeah, but which one do you like best?
Probably Mad.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Mad. I read both when I was a kid, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably Mad.
I read the Copper Age question, so it was male.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I don't even have the one when it became a female, so I don't know that storyline. I stopped when he had those superpowers, and
overpowered him.
yeah, and they didn't even explain how that happened, and I don't even think he was alive anymore. It felt like he was a spirit. And then I looked it up to see if I was missing something, and I didn't see nothing saying I was missing something. So I was like, well, this is a one shot. So maybe it was just imagining he had some powers. Who knows? I don't know. But I mean, the story was fine. It just left you kind of confused because you're like, well, where this come from?
What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
They overdo that. When they can't think of anything new to do with somebody, they bump their power level.
Just leave them alone.
Basically, yeah. Get somebody who knows how to write. How about that?
Get somebody with an imagination to write it and continue the story on. I mean, you can take stuff like they do from the TV shows, like on Law and Order, pull straight from the headlines, and then they do an episode. That's how they keep it going.
Yeah.
Pull straight from the headlines.
Basically,
they can do that with comics.
They could.
Make a whole story.
But I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So happy 4th of July, everybody. Glad you could make it. Special thanks, of course, to Stone Sour and to Ooby Doob, who made some donations to the channel today to help us with our feline friend. We really do appreciate it. Hope you all have a good evening. Enjoy your holiday if you're able to, or if you're in the United States. Because I don't think they do this anywhere else, do they?
No.
I don't know.
It's America's birthday.
America. That's right. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope you had a good time. And we will catch you again sometime soon.